My name's Avan Zaman, and I'm an intern with UMSI, and I'll be conducting interviews with experts in the field, such as you, to learn more about what information really is and how it's used.
And I'm Steve Oney. I'm an associate professor here in the School of Information. Um, I've been here, I believe, since 2015.
If you were to define information in terms of the field of information science as a whole, if you could give like a short explanation, what would you say?
Ooh, information, uh, I would say insights or knowledge. I think a lot of people would differentiate it from something like raw data. It's what you sometimes try to derive from raw data. That'd be my short explanation.
All right. Um, I guess what does information science mean to you?
So to me, it's about developing tools or techniques for managing and really driving meaningful insights that are going to hopefully improve society and improve people's lives from information.
All right. What's your role in the field of information science, and like, how do you use it to improve society?
Yeah, so I'm very what I would call technically focused. So people come to the School of Information from many different backgrounds, um, right? So from economics, from education, from computer science. So I'm fairly technically focused. And what that means is that a lot of what I do is focused on building tools for managing information. In my case, I'm largely focused on building tools for making programming easier. There are many different kind of domains where you might want to write code that deal with information. So maybe automation, like web automation. I've also worked in the space of programming education and making it easier to explain how to write code or learn how to write code as well.
Well, I know you hit on that. It applies to the School of Information, just information science as a whole. Like hits on like many different fields and is interdisciplinary. So I was wondering, like, what makes information science different from like other fields?
Yeah, I think one of the big differentiators is that it's largely problem focused rather than method focused. So, looking at the problems that need to be addressed in a given domain, whether it's in society broadly or in some particular community, and looking at those problems and then figuring out what's the right method for addressing those problems. Or maybe you need multiple methods to approach a given problem.
All right. So you're noting that there's like a lot of problems that information science can help solve. Before I did this summer camp I did freshman year, I really have never heard about the School of Information or information science as a whole. Really,
Mhm.
I kind of was like really just focused on business or finance.
Mm.
But when I realized that there was a field like that could incorporate my interests, like I'm a big football watcher. I play a lot of golf, and there's a lot of analytics that
Mhm.
go behind it. So once I was exposed to like a career path that could join my off like outside of school interests as well as my like future goals, I was just really interested in the field.
Okay, nice.
So, is there anything you wish you knew as a high schooler, like going into college?
Ooh, anything I wish I knew as a high schooler going into college. So I was so focused sometimes on like fulfilling degree requirements, and I wish I don't know. It's easy to say now, but I wish I took more time to explore and like take classes outside of my comfort zone. I definitely had a comfort zone of computer science and technical courses. A lot of my career, honestly, probably, I can't say this for sure, but probably followed on from just one particular class that I took. Because I had never heard of my research area topic is called human computer interaction. I had never heard of it as an undergraduate. My senior year, I happened to just take one human computer interaction class. And that ended up leading me down a path that led to my PhD and eventually faculty life. And so That class I kind of happened upon, but I also wonder how many other classes could I or other people just kind of happen upon if they kind of expanded out a little bit more. What would be your like ideal class if you were to like if you could design, without knowing the content knowledge, what class would you design?
Well, the fact that I've thought of this before, but
Okay.
specifically for the School of Information, I play a lot of fantasy football, and there's like a lot of data that goes behind it. Selfishly speaking, I would love a course that was like NFL related, but kind of applied those skills from the School of Information to like your interests.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And have you considered getting involved in research? Is that something that you would
I've never really thought of it because I didn't even know how it was used. What it was before. I was under the impression that college was just like go to class, do an internship, have some fun on the side. But I didn't realize there were like opportunities to diverge
mm,
across other topics too with
right.
research, and it's really interesting to me because I realized that I could probably participate in research that's sports oriented or something that is like really niche and comparable to my interests. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially like oftentimes you'll find a faculty member that's interested in, it's easier to find a faculty member interested in a topic sometimes than it is to find a class. I guess this is another piece of advice is to consider doing research. Like you can gain experience in things that nobody's going to have a class on. I mean, it requires kind of going off on your own and doing maybe a different kind of thinking than you'd necessarily do in a class, but it's great preparation for anything that you do after as well, because you'll often find yourself needing to like find something where no one's done it before and you need to kind of find your own way, and that's exactly what you're doing in research. But also you'll be able to like customize what you do more than you can in any given class. Like hopefully your coursework will make you a better researcher, whether it's by teaching you statistical methods or anything else. You can propose your own research project. You can join an existing project. You could do a bachelor's thesis and find a faculty member who maybe doesn't work on this, but would be willing to advise you on your own research project as well. So something worth considering. Yeah,
yeah, sounds very
um,
interesting. So.
and that's whether you want to go into academia or industry. I think it's beneficial.
Well, thank you so much for participating in this. I learned a lot. Hopefully, the viewers gained some new knowledge or are more interested in information science because of you.
No, thank
But
you.